The biggest danger in life is not failure and stuck in one place do the same thing again and again waiting that things will change in itself. But time does not stop, and every day when you stay in place, this is lost day, we are deceiving ourselves. The idea that once everything will fall into place, that the perfect opportunity will come when we will be ready. But the truth is that life, success of discipline and self-improvement, is not a result of accidents and small solutions that you accept yourself everyday winners or continue to get stuck people who surround you more affect on your life what you think if you live among excuses and satisfaction. But if you surround yourself seeks to grow, you will not have another choice how to move forward with them. The environment is your reflection is good. Think about who you give a place in your look at your own path and not on the path of others. The comparison weakens, you are distracted and moved away from your true purpose is not about to be better than someone else and about so that you are better than you were yesterday. Each action that you making, every decision that you put aside, forms a person in which you are it turns. A key question, you still waiting for life to push you or you take control in your hands? If you are not, change your habits of your thinking and your relationship in a year. You will find yourself exactly in the same place. This is what you do and not what you say. This video, not only for that to motivate you, but also to remind you that time act. Now we will consider 10 Stoic principles that will change your perception of the efforts of discipline and self-improvement, because at the end, the ends are the only question that has meaning. One day, or start moving today. Your environment is determined by your success. If you put fish in a small aquarium, she will never grow anymore. What allows its space? But if you place it in the open sea, its size will increase. The same thing happens to you no matter how much the potential you have. If you have, you are around you, which the T's slow down or habits who keep you success in place. This is not only a matter of talent or effort, this is a matter of the environment. To put a person with ambitions among mediocre people and sooner or later, his fire will go out, but put an ordinary person among winners and his mentality from music club. But these thoughts are formed by the fact that you, the consumption of the conversations that you conduct and places in which you decide to be, think, well, with whom you are spending most of the time, with people who you are challenged by you which encourage you to grow, or with people who complain to criticize. Idtas to be Nevian man, surrounding himself vicious people, sooner or later accepts their customs. Mediocrity is infectious, but greatness contagious. If your environment does not speak of progress, of growth, discipline, you are in the wrong circle. If they are not inspire you to improve you back, and before you say to, I have no choice. You always have. There is a choice. Changing the medium does not mean rejection. This means a strategic approach. Reduce the noise to prioritize that. The Stoics did not expect, really important, that the world will change for them themselves. Changed to adapt to the world, not cling to friendship that exists only out of habit of mediocrity, to become the norm in your life. Make a test for a week to reduce time spent with negative people, avoid empty conversations, to focus on training, on movement, on action, and note the difference will surprise you as much as your energy changes greatly when you stop nourishing what does not allow those grow that you will not come out of your air. You knows that there is an entire ocean which is waiting for her. You will not recognize this either if you will be content with what you have. There is now, but on the day when you dare to get out of this environment that limits you, you will find how far can you actually come in. To do not wait for the act. Now imagine you are standing in front of a closed the door. You know what kind of life that you want to change, which you longing a version of you always dreamed of being, but instead to open it, you are waiting there, waiting for the perfect moment of perfect, the motivation of the right sign. How many more time you are going to wait for the majority? People live in this state. They convince themselves that they need more. The preparation is more confident. Confidence take the first step, but Stoicism is clear. The only confidence that you have there is this is the present moment. Marcus Aurelius said it directly. Don't lose more time on disputes about what it means to be good, just if they do not wait for them to act. The problem is that we were taught to think that the action should follow motivation, but the truth is different motivation. This is a consequence of the action and not the reason. As fire, he does not arise from nothing. To him need friction. He needs movement. Don't wait inspiration to start. Starting and inspiration will come later. Think about all just when you put off something because fear of doubts of uncertainty, how much you have lost, how many opportunities you missed, how many times have you promised yourself what is tomorrow for sure. And here you are with the same plans for the same goals of the same unfulfilled life. Continues the difference between who achieves something and those who only dream of this in action is not talent, not luck, not intelligence, is just to do what others do not dare to do. Stop, wait for the perfect moment. There is the only guarantee that you have this point. The question is, what are you going to do with it? If you do, you want to improve your body, start today. If you want to learn something new, give this 10 minutes now. If you want to change your life, take the decision right now. Small actions are creating big changes, but if you continue, nothing will change to wait. This is not a philosophy of thought, it is the philosophy of action. Is not about that to think too much, and about do not expect capabilities, but not to create them. Ask the question of what will happen if take a chance and find out to yourself. So stop waiting, dream to open the door, take the first step, therefore. Wait, when everything will be perfect, you will stay in place of all your life. 3. Surround yourself winners, or continue to get stuck. If you surround, you will become one of they are. Inevitably your environment defines your future more than you think. You may have an ambition, talent and discipline, but if you are surrounded, sooner or later they will tighten you a medical. The weak mentality is infectious. The problem is that many prefer stay in cozy circles, friends, all life toxic, relatives, people without visions. Why? Because it is easier to fit what is easier to stand out. Continue the same empty conversations, then take a chance to look for something better. But ask, how many opportunities have you missed yourself? Only due to the fact that he was surrounded by people without ambitions. How many times have you felt, what can you do more? But yours. The surroundings are holding back. The Stoics' electoral time and companies, they understood that you could not feed your mind with garbage and expect outstanding results if you spend time with people who only complain, who criticize only problems. Ingo, your mind is also unimportant to think. How strong do you think your self-negativeness is? A poison that is slow, penetrates. Now tell me, you that surrounds all his life, justifying your failures, because if in your no one talks about the growth, about discipline, about goals, is not a circle trap. He's not about to quit all at once, but about being honestly. Look at 5 people with which you are most time. They push you to improve, or they make you get stuck, inspire you to become better, or fill you excuses. If they are not, give you a challenge. If they are not, make you grow. If they are not, require more time from the T's that we really can. You cannot control others, but you can decide with whom to share your energy. And here is the most important question. You stay in the same circle because of amenities, or because of fear to stay alone? Because if it is because of fear, you need to understand one thing: to be alone. Some music time. If you don't find a circle winners, start building it. Consuming content that puts you before Surround yourself with powerful ideas. Find people who think. Great contact people who want more. Do not expect your environment from life magically change. Do it yourself, because if you continue to surround yourself diorite, no matter how smart, you or you to be the same as they, like what you choose to continue to get stuck, or you begin to move to do not do it perfectly, with a grandeur of, for do it constantly. If you are waiting the ideal moment for starters, you already lost. If you continue plan to expect that everything will turn out, continue to lose perfection. This is the biggest lies that you sold. You do not need to do everything perfectly. You just need to do it again and again. The repetition is not your new reality. People fail, not failure, because they do not have enough talent, and because they have too much. They tell themselves, when I have, there will be more time, when I will be ready, when I have perfect knowledge. But life is not wound. What you do, what you put off over time, becomes a big obstacle to the rack. Did not talk about perfection. They talked, oh, discipline, superiority is nan. Oh, meditate is a habit of speech. There is not something to do, something impeccable once and about to do. This is bad many times. While music, this makes discomfort from what they newcomers. They prefer not to try so as not to look awkward. They prefer the illusion of perfection, reality of progress. Let me telling you something, doesn't matter how much bad you do it in the beginning. It is important that you continue to do this. Want to know? Start something new today, even if it will be only 5 minutes to improve, move your physical shape, even if it will be basic exercises. Change your life. Take measures today, even if they are minimal. World full of people who say that they will someday, but is empty from people who act on which side. You want to be the difference between those who something reaches and those who remain in mediocrity, is not in luck or talent and in constancy. Those who are moving forward is not the smartest and not the strongest. These are those who continue when other Stoicism is presented. He teaches us that control in you cannot predict our hand's future, but you can make sure everyone day you take a step forward. Small progress is 1,000 times better than big intention that is never executed. And now the cruel truth is perfection justification of the weak. Those who prefer stay in your comfort zone, dreaming about what will be done someday. But you, it is not here to be one of them. If you really want change, not perfectly act impressive, just do it, and do it again and again, until you can imagine your life without it. Actions, she excuses your intentions. Determine your success will be what you do every day, regardless of how much it seems imperfect. 5 of your worst enemy looks at you every morning, every time when you stand in front of the mirror. He is there. These are not other people who are you. Stop. This is not a failure. Is not the world in front of you is the obstacle between you and the life that you want. Your mind sabotages you with by using excuses. He tells you that you can't have, that you don't have. It is necessary, that it is too complicated. And you believe you give the power to every doubt, each fear for every restriction, which you drag along for years. But here true, the enemy is not outside it, inside. Rax taught the largest test for any person. This is not the outside world, and his own mind. Life is not victory over others, and victory over their own restrictions. Until you take control over yourself, you will continue the same templates. You will continue to postpone, justify your inaction. You will continue to tell yourself tomorrow, watching the days pass without any real actions. Take a look at yourself. How many times you yourself stopped? How many opportunities I missed because I thought that you insufficient? How many times have you said the story that it was not the time? This story that you repeat, this the only thing that holds you attached. You did not say to the mediocrity of the Stoics, you can control what the world abandons those, but you can control how you react. And how you react to his own thoughts determines you can choose fate between food, your fears, or your nutrition disciplines. You can choose between faith in their excuses or a challenge to itself. Every morning you have to choice. Continue with the same bed in place, or start doing something else. If you continue to tell yourself that you can't, you will never be able to. If you continue to allow yourself to endure, the failure is mostly getting up early. Keep your promises to keep your word. How do you hope to win in? It is a big one. Easy to blame the world of others. Circumstances are difficult to look in the mirror and admit that you yourself are responsible for all you have and for everything you have. No. But I also free it, because if you are a problem, then you are also a solution. So the next time you will watch in the mirror, set yourself this. The question will be, I will continue to be my own, the worst enemy, or I will become my best an ally of the answer in you. He was always, there are no dreams, there are nothing, if you are them. Not everyone is dreaming of everything. But here is the difference between those who achieve something and those who have been spending all their lives in the expectations of some or the other. Only fantasize you may have the best, the plan in the world is the most brilliant idea, the most clear vision, but if you are not it, this is what it costs. Nothing without a dream, without actions. It's just smoke. They don't make your life. They will not save you from mediocrity. Stoics did not believe in anticipation. They did not sat and not fantasize about what they could have stood up and did it. There is no place for a disciplined mind for fantasy. Want something to start moving? If you want to improve, do it now. Monday, next month, never at you. Will be time to endure time now. Failure is not because they miss the mind or talent, and because they start to trap. Someday they convince themselves that they need more preparation, more confidence, more security, but time passes and they stay in place. Look around. There are people with less resources than you have, with less capabilities, with less knowledge, and they achieve success because they are not waiting. They act. They study by the ways they fall, rise, and continue. Meanwhile, those who continue to dream stay year after year, setting the question of why their life does not change. Be brutally honest with yourself. How many times you said that you will do something and never I didn't do this. How many ideas you had, which you never implemented. SL of dreams. You buried because of a shortage. Stoicism determines us that the action teaches us. This is the only thing that belongs to us. You cannot control the future, but you can control what you do. Today you cannot guarantee success, but you can make sure that every day you are approaching him. So stop, tell yourself what to do it tomorrow. Stop without implementation. Stop fantasize without raising either one finger. Of a dream is nothing if you are not. You turn music when others remained. To think you are solving whose side you want to be on. Continue to throw music. Nothing will change if you haven't taken control. If you continue to wait for what things to improve in itself, prepare for. There is nothing big disappointment, it changes. Until you change, nothing improves. While you do not take control, this failure is not fate, it is universe that is too much fierce. Music to it. NASCO Air Force, hard to the injustice of the world. But here's the truth, which few people want to hear. Life, nobody owes you anything to save you. Not perfect. The moment will not appear a magical sign telling you what to do if you continue to wait. You just continue. The Stoics did not believe in, they believed in randomness and excuses, action in self-control, in adoption, full responsibility for the fact that you can really control, that you can control this yours. The attitude of your solutions and the fact that you do. You look around. People every day who have achieved something in life, not did this thanks to luck, they did. This is because they decided to stop, they began to complain, and they began to act, became the masters of their decisions, of the time of their thinking. They did not expect that everything will be easy. They adapted, studied, strengthened. But here is the problem. Taking control means recognition that everything you have, or what do you have? No. This is your responsibility, and this it is uncomfortable to blame the world, to blame other circumstances. But these are a lie, which only keeps you in a trap. Ask yourself, how many times have you postponed something important because I was waiting for things will be different? How many opportunities you missed due to fear of doubt or convenience? Answer is unpleasant, but it is necessary. Nothing in this life changes in itself. You will not wake up once with yourself. You won't find an ideal discipline. Suddenly the motivation to do what you should do. You have to take control, must force himself to act even when everything seems difficult. Rax taught that the key to personal power is self-discipline. Is not about control above everything around and about control over, so to stop depending on the external, about becoming so strong in psychological plan by a person, what nothing will stop you. The problem is that the majority wants to change, nothing else. They want results they want success without effort. They want a better life without discomfort, but it doesn't work. So if you continue to act as if the future is guaranteed, not surprised when you wake up in the same place in 5 years. Because what you tolerate today, it becomes yours reality tomorrow. So stop. There is no actual excuse not to wait, sufficient reasons to continue to deposit. If you want something, to go and get it. Real decisions. Cut out what does not. Add a pillar with that. What scares you in motion. Because if you have not taken control, someone else will do it, and I'm sure that this is not for you. I like it, not what you say. Words mean nothing if they are not. It does not matter to be accompanied by actions as far as you say that you want something, no matter how many times you are talking about your goals, about your dreams, that you will someday. If you are not, you act. All this just the air of the world, full of people who say what they will do something, but they never do this. Fill the family with speeches, their potential that they could achieve if they set themselves such the goal, but the cruel truth are not like that. You say what you do, what you are doing every day. The Rax did not believe in empty, they believed the promises in the actions of the real Stoic. Does not say what he will do about it. Does it because he knows the only through your actions. If you spend more time speaking about your plans than performing them, something wrong. If everyone for a year, you promised yourself that this time you really change, but at the ends all remains the same problem, not in the absence of opportunities and in your absence obligations. How many times have you said that you will start on Monday? How many times you assured that you will change, that you will be more play sports, that you will be more read, what you will work more diligent, that improve, and how many times have you failed yourself? The difference between those who achieve something and those who just dreams of the former, do not lose time on the explanation of their plans, or simply perform them. The second live in illusion. intentions believing what to say about something. Enough to make it real, but no one becomes so strong, just speaking what wants. No one becomes too trained successful, just dreaming about it. No one changes his life just drinking. Lists goals, the difference in constant action. Stoics taught that self-discipline is the basis well-lived. Life is not about that to wait for the perfect moment, or to need motivation. We are talking about that to do what you need to do, regardless of the circumstances. Your current life is a reflection of what you did until now. And not that you said that you will do it, and if you don't like where you are, the only way to change this is not tomorrow, to act today. Not next week. Now if in you feel this moment disappointed, if you have not reached that, what I wanted to put on, and start to move, spread solutions, break with the fact that you are starting to act in silence, and let the results speak for you, are because at the end of the day, they are not important. Your words are important. Your actions are not. The world will remember you for what you said, what can you do, and for what I really did. Therefore, stop so much talk and start demonstrate who you are actually. Do not live to please, live grow. If you spend your life trying to please everyone, in the end, it doesn't matter how much you are trying. There is always someone who is always accepted, criticizes what you are doing, doubts your decisions, who thinks that you could do something otherwise. And if you go to this, you will do anything valid. People are never completely happy if you are too ambitious. They will say that you are arrogant they will think that you are weak if you strive to improve. You will be called obsessed if you decide not to change. You will be called a conformist. See the problem? It doesn't matter that you are the hands of someone have with. Why do you continue to adjust your dreams and behavior in accordance with the opinions of others? Why you continue put off your growth only to avoid someone to look uncomfortably at those who none of them had reached great things. No one asked to fit permission to be who he really is. They were not stopped to wait for the author, because they understood the simple truth. The only confirmation that matters that which comes from the inside. The problem in the fact that most prefers comfort adoption before growth. Discomfort, because what to grow means to say no. It doesn't add you to move away from that. What stops you know to accept. The solutions are music. This is scared. But here is a key question. Would you stop worrying about the fact that others think that you would do otherwise? What decisions you would make? Where would you be now if you never allowed fear of judgments to stop you? The difference between those who are moving forward and those who are left behind is simple. The former learn to ignore external noise. Applauded to move forward. They do not seek approval. They are looking for progress. They are not satisfied with the fact that they are accepted. They want to be better. If you continue wait for people to understand your decisions before you accept them, you will do anything important. If you continue to look for everyone to agree with your way, you will stay in place where it's time to change this now. It's time to put your growth above alien approval. Has come time to stop. Justify each solution only so that others feel like you do not need to explain. You don't need to ask someone to develop. You do not need permission to improve. Approval of people who do not live your life and do not encounter your struggle. So drop this load to please and begin to grow, because in the end of the day is the only person who will live with the consequences of your decisions. It's you. And if you continue to live for other ones, you will wake up and understand that never lived for yourself. 10. Look at your own path, not on the path of others. If you will constantly look around you, if you constantly compare yourself, you will never be pleased with others. If you will constantly measure your success, the life of others, you will live in frustration, because the truth is, everyone has your own rhythm, your own battle. And if we will focus music, everything will be someone more than more. More success is more than recognition. More good luck. And if you live by measuring your progress in the progress of others, you will never feel enough. Look at social networks. People show only their best moments. Their victories shows you sleepless nights of failure, moments of doubt. If you compare its reality with the version of someone else, you will always be lose. The problem is that when you look too much outside you stop looking inside you. You become obsessed with what has others and forget about what you do. You really want. You start doing things, and not because X be something. You begin to accept solutions based on the desire to impress others, and not what makes you happy. And what happens next? You You are exhausted, frustrated because the path of another, a person will never be yours, who started you before who. It seems more advanced that you continued to move, so you don't spend time to watch what they do others, and concentrated all his energy to create your own path, because here is the truth that they understand. Not many real success is not defeat others, is to surpass yourself to become better than you were yesterday. Advance, even if a little. Everyone look at your life. Look that you did not achieve a little or much by compared with others. It is important that you have improved, whether you yourself compared to oneself. Stop looking outward, stop compare your first chapter with the 20th, stop the head of someone else. What do you need to follow in the footsteps, others to go far? Create your own path, in your rhythm, in its own way. Because in the end, the only competition that matters, this is a competition with yourself. Thank you with yourself for watching the video before end. If you looked at everything and write in comments, I am Stoic as our secret sign, so that we know that you are real. Student, do not forget to subscribe and like it. If you liked it video, see you in the next video. Remember, continue to develop your own